Right timer if you'd like to be part of this community session. Welcome, everyone. Hmm. We'll wait a few more moments before we begin. I have something in my eye. Mm, Thank you for being here. Hi, Rosita. Again, if you are not on the free Insight Timer app, I invite you to join us on Insight Timer so that you can be part of this community experience. If you are watching elsewhere, I will not see your comments or your questions. So please do join us here. Hi, everyone. Feel free to share in the chat where you are in the world and something you are grateful for today. Where you are in the world and something you are grateful for. Hi, Adela. Rosita shares Canada, and I'm grateful for my life. Anne shares Seattle and grateful for sunshine. Yeah. I am in Hawaii and I am grateful for so much. And I'm grateful for my life. Yes. Kathleen shares Indiana and grateful for a warm and sunny fall day. Beautiful. Stefan shared uh, Nuremberg, Germany. Good evening to you. Grateful. Brooke shares grateful for choices in Washington State. Great, everyone. Thank you. Della shares grateful for my home and my health. Yes, 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 yes. Mm. There's so much to be grateful for. Yes, so much to be grateful for. Well, again, if you are watching someplace other than Insight Timer, I invite you to join us on Insight Timer so that I can see your comments, your questions, your shares, and so you can be part of this community experience. For everyone who's already here, thank you for joining here on the app. For anyone that I'm getting to meet for the first time today, my name is Selena, and we have these weekly sessions where we get to come together and really be together in community. There's such a healing that can happen when we come together, when we reflect on our inner worlds, when we take time to slow down, to be more still, when we are able to hear each other and see each other. We can't physically see each other on this app, but we can hear what's going on in each other's lives and support each other. And it's just such a healing space. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for joining. And again, if you're not on Insight Timer, join us over here. It's such a beautiful space for connection. Stefan shared grateful for a wonderful day. Lovely. Here on the app, in case you're unaware, I have many, many recordings. So many. I don't know, maybe over 90 or 100 now. Most of them are available through the free portion of the app. I also have two courses. One is called Yogic Practices for a Peaceful Life, and the other is a self love course, Awaken My Heart. And we have our live sessions, and you can find all of this on my profile page. There's also a Linktree website listed, and that is how you can just stay more in touch if you wish, see more about what I'm offering in the world. Okay, I am feeling a lot today. I'm feeling a lot. And I know that many of us are feeling a lot or have been feeling a lot. And some of us, maybe we're feeling, but there's more of a sense of flow or grace or peace. Whatever you're feeling, I fully, fully, wholeheartedly welcome you into this space. Wholeheartedly, just as you are. That's part of what this space is. It's a place for us to come together and be just as we are without having to pretend, fake smile, uh, pretend that we don't have all of these other emotions and thoughts, and that we don't navigate challenges. Yes. Hi, Liz. Welcome. So let's begin today with some techniques to help to regulate or restore the nervous system and to help us be with whatever is. Again, whether we're feeling totally joyful and peaceful, to enliven that and embrace that even more, or if we're feeling more uncomfortable emotions, to be able to find a little more presence, maybe compassion, maybe balance. Okay. So let's begin with the centering technique. This ancient yogic technique is very powerful for helping us come back to an experience of centeredness. You can use it as many times in the day as you wish. You may like to start your day with it as a way to kind of have a foundation from this more centered and aligned place within. And if you can't move your body, no issue. You can visualize this and still experience benefits. So let's bring the hands together at the heart center. Sit nice and tall. Relax the shoulders down. If it feels okay, allow a space between the teeth, maybe even the lips. So there's this softening that can start to happen through the jaw, maybe even the throat. And if you are unfamiliar with this, you may wish to keep your eyes open so you have an idea of what I'm doing. Let's take a full breath in together. Exhale through the mouth. And now inhale as you reach your right hand all the way up. Your left hand comes down by your navel, but all the fingers point up. And then exhale really slowly to come all the way back to the heart. Take your time here. When you're ready, inhale your left hand all the way up. Right hand comes down by the navel. Open the chest. Exhale really slowly to come back to the heart. And one more time with the right hand leading. Inhale the right hand up, left hand by navel. I'm mirroring you if you're wondering if I've lost my mind. Exhale slowly to come back to the heart, which can be a good thing sometimes. And we'll just pause at these three and feel your fingers and your palms touching. There's this connection. Notice the sensations between your hands. If you wish, close your eyes or just allow your gaze to soften looking downward. Start to deepen your breath and slow it down. Return your awareness to the sensation between the hands if it's drifted. Maybe you notice heat or coolness, suppleness or tension, tingling, vibrating. Just notice the sensations here. And then relax the hands down. Feel your shoulders softening down at the same time. If your teeth are clenched again, or your jaw is tight, or your lips are pressed together, you can consciously relax the lips, allow that space again between the teeth. As you continue these slow, deep breaths, slowly move your awareness down into your feet. Sense the soles of your feet, your heels. Sense your toes, tops of the feet. Feel both ankles, lower legs. Sense the knees and the space behind the knees. Feel the upper legs. Sense the hips, buttocks, the whole pelvis, heavy and relaxed. Become aware of your belly, and maybe even feel it starting to soften and expand with your awareness. Sense the solar plexus, that space in the center of the torso, the seat of power, Manipura chakra. Sense the chest and your exquisite heart beating in your chest. Bring your awareness to your low back. You might even feel it softening a little with your intention. Sense the mid back, upper back, and the shoulder blades. Sense the shoulders, upper arms. Feel both elbows and the space inside of the elbows, forearms, both wrists. Sense the palms of the hands, backs of the hands. Become aware of all fingers and thumbs. Feel the throat and neck. Sense the jaw, both lips, upper and lower. Sense the teeth, the gums, the tongue heavy in the mouth. Feel the cheeks and the nose, the eyeballs, and also the eye sockets. The eyes are deeply relaxed. This tension is unwinding. Sense the forehead, the whole scalp, and both ears. Become aware of the whole body as one. This whole body breathing as one. Trillions and trillions of cells activated, enlivened, functioning as one. Even if you feel disconnected from your body, or maybe your body hasn't been doing what you want it to do, see if you can find gratitude for your cells, these little beings inside of you who work day and night to serve you, to make sure that your organs are functioning. They make up all of this matter inside. So let's offer gratitude, these beautiful cells. Sometimes I think about how for ourselves, our consciousness is like source or God. And there are these trillions of little beings inside who hear and respond to our thoughts, who experience everything that we do to this body, everything that we experience. So imagine that with the grace of your love, your kindness, your compassion, that you can pour your love and gratitude on these trillions and trillions of little beings inside of you who are hungry for your love. Let's just imagine that. Imagine that they don't want the love of a partner or the love of someone else. Maybe they don't even want the love of who you think of as God. Maybe the only love they really long for is yours. Notice if anything has started to shift inside from before this experience until now. Have there been any shifts in physical sensation? Have your thoughts started to shift? Have your emotions shifted at all? Without looking for something or needing something to have changed, just notice. And now, to help whatever is moving inside continue to move, we'll practice this breathing technique that helps to activate the vagus nerve, which is kind of like our one of our human body superpowers that can really take us from a very uh, stressful, tense, anxious, and so on state to one where we feel more at ease, more mentally clear, more emotionally balanced. The way that we will practice this breathing is by taking a full breath in and then creating the sound VOO, like VOO, with our mouths. And we'll allow this VOO sound to last as long as the out breath. So the idea here is you want this sound to go until all of the breath has been released. And then we inhale gently and fully. And then again, we exhale, making this sound VOO. So let's just try that for a moment. Just make the sound VOO. And again, just make the sound VOO. VOO. Great. And now we're going to allow this sound to be long and relaxed. Let's take a full breath in and then just exhale naturally. And now we'll inhale to begin. Voo. You may actually need to push on your belly a little, push on the breath to help the sound continue. Voo. As you exhale, continue to allow the breath to come out of the body rather than holding it inside. Voo. And make sure the sound is audible. This is what's helping to create this vibration of relaxation inside. Go at your own pace. We'll do this for a few more moments. Voo. And you allow that out breath to be a little longer and more relaxed. Voo. And we'll do this one more time. Full breath in and complete breath out, making the sound voo. Voo. And then just be still. Breathe naturally. Soften the shoulders, the face. Soften the body as much as you can, as much as it's ready to let go. And we'll just sit in stillness together for the next few moments. Nothing to do, nothing to change or fix or understand. Give yourself this gift of being still. And if your mind becomes very distracted, that's okay. Come to the sensations of your body breathing and rest your attention there. With your awareness still inside, notice if anything has shifted, emotions, thoughts, bodily sensations. Let's take a full breath in and out together. Ah, very slowly start to move the fingers and toes. Allow the movement to travel anywhere in the body where it feels nourishing. Maybe you'd like to stretch a little. And take as much time as you like to slowly open the eyes. And with the eyes open, as you look around your space slowly, notice if things seem any different. And if you don't have the sense of vision, if you can't see through your physical eyes, maybe there's a qualitative difference inside. Ah, thank you, everyone. Mm. Welcome back. Again, if you are someplace other than the free Insight Timer app, I invite you to come and join us on Insight Timer so that you can be part of this interactive experience rather than just a viewer. Yes. I'm coming back. I saw that Jen shared before the experience. I've been feeling deeply sad today. Sending unconditional love and peace, Selena. Thank you, my love. All that to you. And I'd love to hear if you feel like sharing how are you in this moment after that experience together. And I'd love to hear from anyone who wishes to share. What are you aware of? And maybe we'll start by just sharing our two words. What are two words that describe your inner world right now? There's no right or wrong answer. This is really just about what you're noticing in yourself and then being together in community in that sharing. Hi, Bettina. Bettina sharing. Oh, so nice to see you live, and all your sound family. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Welcome, Bettina. It's so wonderful to be together. Hi, Angus. Hi, my love. So great to see a picture of you. That's so nice. I'm so happy to see you. Look at that. Just you existing does this to me. That's a good sign. You really are such an embodiment of joy and you just spread that. I mean, that's my neural pathways are conditioned to experience joy when I see your name or your comment. So good on you, my love. It's the soul you are, and it's how you be in the world, and it has an impact. So thank you for being that in my life. Oh, congratulations. Beautiful. Congratulations on your certification. May it just give you one more avenue to share your light with the world, love. That's fantastic. All right, let's come back to some of your shares. Oh, thanks, Bettina. That's so beautiful. I love you. Andrea shares expansive, colorful. Jen shared, I definitely want to say thank you. Yes, I feel easier and not so constricted inside. Beautiful. Thanks for asking, Gary. Am I feeling better? I'm not sure if you're asking about better from when I had a cold last week or better from when the session began, But the answer would be yes to both in this case. Thank you, love. Thank you. How's your heart today? Oh, hi, Natasha. Oh, great. Better mood. Beautiful. And, I think it's also just as important in our healing journey for if someone's if one of you shared here and said, I feel just as bad as I did before, or I feel worse, for me to say that that's just as perfect. We give so much praise to feeling good, and when we don't feel good, that is just as much part of our human journey. And sometimes the one of the most powerful parts of the journey. I had an experience just the other day where this whole last week, I've just had so many waves of really uncomfortable stuff coming up, as I know many have. And I was sitting with the discomfort. It was just excruciating. One of those times where it was just excruciating to feel. And I put my hand on my heart and I just said, I actually don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember the gist of it was I turned toward gratitude and reminded myself how important it is to feel grateful for this discomfort, because this discomfort is what is allowing me to actually grow. This discomfort is what is allowing me to expand. This discomfort, it's kind of like when we become too big for a space, right? And we start to expand into the space. And at first, as we expand into the space, like let's say it's like this room right here. Let's say that my physical person, my body, started to grow like a giant in this room. And I got to the point where like my head was crushed up against the ceiling and my shoulders were crushed up and my back was against the back wall. And there was no more space for me, right? That's the discomfort of growth. And if I allow myself to just keep leaning into that discomfort, I'll grow beyond this space. I'll break through. I'll break through the roof. I'll break through the walls. I'll break through all of this limitation of the old paradigm, whatever that is in each moment. And I'll be a bigger, more fuller version of myself in one way or another. Whether that's with more education, more compassion, more access to my power, more of an embodiment of peace, right? It looks different in every scenario. So I just feel like it's so important for us to bow down to the discomfort, to bow down to the pain, to bow down to the suffering. As much as we don't want it to be there, it is a catalyst for our awakening. It is a catalyst for opening our eyes. It's a catalyst for opening our hearts. Yes. So that was my little rant there. But I see some comments are coming in, and I see some comments are coming in. So I'm going to come back to them. Okay, our first comment is from Natasha, and it says, my share is that after a decade of poverty and unhappiness, I got a job related to my grad degree and pays well. I'm so happy. My employer wants me to change the world. Oh, that's beautiful, Natasha. Beautiful. I celebrate those wins with you big time. Like all of those things kind of culminated. Yes, this experience of the ease and greater freedom that comes with having more finances. Um, and then, of course, like having a job to help support and sustain that. And then to have an employer who is holding a vision for you to do big, beautiful work in the world. So, congratulations. That's fantastic. I'm celebrating with you. Beautiful. Okay, coming to our next comment. Liz shared peaceful and grounded and connecting with my body, mind, soul, and spirit. Beautiful. I asked Gary how his heart was feeling earlier, and he shared, this new moon has been difficult. Oh, love, I hear you. On top of, right, all the very well known things happening in the world. And then there's been this astrological component that has just added to, at least for me, my ability to navigate it all. So big, big, warm hugs to your beautiful heart, my friend. Even just, why don't you just, if you want, just give yourself a hug with me. And anyone who wants to do this, just give yourself a squeeze. Just hold yourself lovingly for a moment. It's okay if you only get this far. It's not about how far you get. Just hold yourself lovingly for a moment. Relax your jaw, relax your lip. Okay, let's see here. Jen shares, in response to what's present for you, Jen shares grief. My brother, about a year ago, took his life, and now I'm having to sell the house I lived in before he did. Tough stuff, and I don't like to share my yucky times, but I'm changing that and thinking and feeling growth with this soul growth. And Jen shares, he was there when he passed. I'm not sure. Maybe you were there, my love. I'm not sure I understand that next comment. And then I hear you sharing that you feel guilty for sharing. And I just, I firstly just feel so much tenderness in my heart. And I'm sitting with you in that and offering this this bowl of love, this offering of love your way. I'm sorry for your loss. And uh yeah, and all the layers of that. It's such a tricky thing because not tricky, it's not tricky. I mean, grief is grief. It's like there can be a period, there can be a stop at the end of a sentence like, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I've got all this stuff in my eyes. I don't know what it is. I think I used this great turmeric face thing last night, and apparently I didn't get it all off or something because it's getting in my eyes while I'm crying. Um, that there's that space to say, I'm so sorry for what you've gone through. And we can just leave it at that. Just, I'm so sorry for your loss. And then sometimes there are moments where it's appropriate to also acknowledge, and this would be one of those moments for me, because you acknowledged your soul growth in it. So I would also acknowledge that. I would say, I'm so sorry for your loss, and I honor whatever your lessons are here, whatever your journey is, whatever your healing is inside of this experience. Thank you for sharing with us and being here. I think, with what's going on in Israel and Gaza, I think it's just brought forth so much collective pain that one for many was already there, and two whole new layers of it with what's happening. And I think about this sometimes because although so many of us are feeling so much pain inside, which by the way, we with our focus and attention, we can can also make more intense or less intense. Um, and there is always something happening on this planet that is just devastating. I mean, that's kind of where I feel like I'm at today. I feel like I, I'm a filter. Many of us are like filters for the energy of the world. It's like all of the pain of the world kind of moves through us. Yes. I think many of us are naturally this. We're all connected. So I guess in a way we are all this. And maybe some of us just feel it more than others. But that's kind of what I'm sitting with today, like all of it. Yes, Gaza and Israel and all of this and everything else that's always happening. It's like the deep pain of humanity's journey and just how where we still are with it. I'm not in pain around a story about like, oh, I can't believe we're still here. It's more just like the pain of like, wow, there's just so much on this planet. All of life is precious. All of life is precious. People make fun of me because I don't kill flies. All of life is precious. And we've just been so asleep, you know? We're just so asleep to our oneness, to the impact that we have on each other in both directions. The impact of the pain and also the impact of all of the love. We're so connected, and yet we're still in such deep ignorance that we keep acting like we're not connected. And we keep feeding the mind of war, and then we see it in the world. All of life is precious. And it's so unfortunate that we have to make some lives feel more important than others to be able to say my life is sacred too, you know? Oh god, just what a world we live in. Mm. Mm. What a world. Oh, a total side note here, but it was just really beautiful. I'm a part of this great course. It's a trauma informed somatic therapy course. And there's a really it was a really deep session today and some really deep shares, and this beautiful BIPOC woman was just sharing how, she just feels just so exhausted. And I know so many in our BIPOC community can relate to that. Most. And anyway, I'm sharing this because there is this suggestion of like, how do we make rest like more available and accessible to our communities who are just faced with just day in, day out stresses. I'll leave it at that word, right? We know it's more than stresses, but I'll leave it at that for just keeping our space not going too much in triggers. And there is this idea of like creating like funds, like a GoFundMe or something like that, where it can be a source where people can just donate. And the whole idea of donating is just so people who are navigating this in their lives and a constant stand for justice and a constant stand to just like have a right to exist in the world can like have some money where they just like dip into it and they can take like a few days off of work, or they can go to a retreat or go to a spa. Like our world is just so backwards. I mean, like I really love that idea. I'm not saying that's backwards. I love that idea. I love just like having these spaces where people can just say like, oh yeah, I really need some help. I'm just gonna dip into there and go take care of myself for a day. And our world is just we're just in the yogic tradition, we look at this time on the planet in this scope of thousands and thousands of years as it's a period of time called Kali Yuga, and it's this essentially this age of darkness before we move into this age of light. And for anyone who's tuned in to more esoteric teachings or spiritual teachings, you might have been hearing things for some time about like we're moving into the age of light, we're moving into the age of enlightenment, we're moving into a new paradigm. And all of that aligns with this idea also that we're moving from Kali Yuga to Sat Yuga, this yuga, this era of truth. Yes. And we're still in just so much darkness. So that's why we're here together. Yes, we are here as light bearers. We are here as embodiments of light, and we can wake each other up. We can wake each other up with love. Yes, we can wake each other up with love. Maybe you know someone in your life who is a light, but sometimes they get so caught in judging others or blaming others, or they get caught in negative mental loop cycles. Rather than telling them to be positive or telling them to change or judging them, how can you pour your love on them in a way that helps them remember who they really are? I love that beautiful quote. I can't remember who said it. It's something along the lines of the way to alchemize a soulless world is essentially to remind everything of its sacredness. The way to, and again, that's not exactly what it is because I can't remember the second part. If someone knows it, please feel free to share it in the chat. The way to alchemize a soulless world is to remind or awaken the sacred in everything. All right. I love you so much. You've shared so many comments. So I'm going to come back to those now. I think my eyes have stopped leaking for the moment. Again, if you are not here on Insight Timer with us, this whole discussion is happening on the free Insight Timer app, and I welcome you wholeheartedly to join us there because I will not see your comments, your shares, your questions otherwise. Okay, coming all the way back to, let's see here. We're coming all the way back to 9 minutes ago, a lifetime ago. Noni shared, I so needed to hear what you just shared about discomfort. It has been abundant since my husband died, and his children have been forcing me through court. Oh, love. I pray for an end and know I'll be stronger for it. Oh, sending you. I just the word sending. I don't know that that is what it feels like. I'm just waves and waves of strength for you are here, my love. Waves of strength and love and a love that you can lean on as you navigate this. Blessings in this unfolding for you and however it serves your awakening. Oh, and I see Noni shared a little later. You instilled me with courage to push through. Fantastic, my love. Jen shared, I needed to share about her brother. And oops, I needed to share. And yes, I needed this space to speak about it. I'm glad, love. I'm so glad you did. So glad. Thank you for your umbrella of peace, my love, my Angus. Oh, Andrea Sharon, yes, I feel the pain of the world, and I have just needed to stay home and feel all the heavy heartlessness and injustice going on. My heart breaks for all the infants that left before they could experience life. Jen shared, equal. How could that be a question? Jen, please feel free to elaborate because that was 7 minutes ago, and I'm not sure um, what you're referring to there. Thank you for your love, friends. Thank you. Hmm. Angela's sharing, yes, being able to afford to take time off when we need it. I constantly push through to pay bills when I need rest. Yeah. One day, I truly believe we may not see anything like it in our lifetimes fully, but I believe that one day we will live in a world where there's such a high frequency that there will only be harmony. I hold that in my heart and I hold that vision. And there are many sages and saints and texts who say that will be the case. So I'm holding that. Andrea shared, just chatted to a friend in Austria where you can go every 2 years for 3 weeks to a retreat of your choice, all expenses paid. Beautiful. Yeah. Great, some great systems set up in some other countries. Yes, Liz, it's okay to not be okay. Absolutely. Marcy shares there are beautiful people that offer free therapy or acupuncture on sliding scales, but I understand many can't afford any amount. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So many are navigating all of the stressors and all of the challenges, which are disproportionate, as many of us know, depending on skin color and where we come from, and so much. And then there's, just having to navigate those things and then navigate the rest of the real world, right? Navigate the job, the family, the relationships, the things that we do as human beings. Most of us do, right? So yeah. And of course many people have money of all identities, yes? So it's just speaking to those who feel like they could use that support. Gary shares, it sounds like I'll be losing another friend soon. He's fighting cancer for a second time. He's in a pretty good place mentally, but it seems like grief while he's still alive. I hear that, love. I hear that. Holding you in my heart. And how can you love him? How can you just, every time you think of him, every time you talk to him, or if you get to actually see him, how can you just pour your love on him? Just imagine you're an earth angel. And if that's too difficult, imagine like some beautiful being or some angel is coming to your body and is just loving your friend through you. Noni shared, truth is making a comeback. Oh, yes. Thank you, Adela. Adela, the way you alchemize a soulless world into a sacred world is by, yes, I love this so much. I'm going to start over just because I want to capture it all. The way you alchemize a soulless world into a sacred world is by treating everyone as if they are sacred until the sacred in them remembers. Mm. One more time. The way you alchemize a soulless world into a sacred world is by treating everyone as if they are sacred until the sacred in them remembers. Sarah Durham Wilson. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So good. Where do we even go from there? Just so much love and tenderness. That's where we go from here. I'd like to go. I'd like us to bring uh, to bring all those suffering into this ocean of love that we've just activated together. And we can even imagine your eyes can be open or closed. And just imagine there are 124 of us just on Insight Timer. So that means anyone else watching elsewhere is also part of this circle we have. Even if you're watching the replay of this, you're part of this circle. So we're all standing together or sitting, however you are, or lying down if that's what your body does. Yes? But we're all holding hands. We're all connected. We're all connected. And there's so much love between us. The love from my heart flows through me into the heart of the person next to me. And the love of their heart with the love of my heart flows to the person next to them until all of this love multiplied from all of our hearts is connected in oneness, creating this magnificent sun of light. And because we're all over the planet, the entire planet is in this ocean of light, this sun of light. And with your intention, I invite you to activate specific qualities in this. And you might even just imagine that as we're all together in this one heart, that the entire planet is the sphere of light of our collective love. So see the whole planet, feel the whole planet illuminated in this healing light. And now activate the qualities you wish for the planet, for this era, and for the eras to come, and even generations past. You might want to say it out loud or just think it in your mind. And I'll just say some so we can feel this peace. And this is being activated in this healing light. Love, harmony, joy, oneness, remembrance, compassion, kindness, reverence, humility, dignity, respect, honoring, and add your words, your phrases. I can feel the energy building. Add your activations, your blessings into this ocean, this sun that we're creating together of our one heart. And although the entire planet is held in this activation, you may wish to start to specifically anchor these these qualities, this healing, this harmony in certain places and certain people. So we may wish to see it in all of Gaza and Israel and the surrounding areas. I know there's been so much in Congo and different countries in the African continent. So many places, Ukraine, Russia, wherever it is, at your home, in your house, in your own city, your own town, your own state or province, your own space. Maybe there are specific people in your life, like a friend or family member or communities you know are needing support. Maybe you feel to hold the Muslim and Jewish communities all around the world in this so that everyone is bathed, is held. Every single human, every animal, maybe even every insect and plant. That's how I choose to see it. Everyone bathed, held in this love, and all of the blessings that you are activating in this space. And if you haven't already, I invite you to make sure to add yourself in this. See us all, see yourself. Your mind, your heart, your body are just being washed of all contraction, pain, fear, guilt, rage, shame, grief. It's just being washed and washed so that your light may shine brighter and brighter in service to your own being and to all. Thank you. Oh, I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Shares deep bows from the mountains of New Mexico. I like it that you accidentally said Mew Mexico because it makes me think of a cat sound. Mew. Would appreciate prayers from the community for my son who was admitted into a detox facility. I have great sadness, but also hope. Profound gratitude for my 30 years of sobriety. Praying he finds identification, not comparison, and finds hope and a way through that. There's a solution and a new way of life. Absolutely, Tom. Absolutely. Thanks, Gary. Thank you, Andrea. We are one. I saw someone make a comment about something Mark said. I never saw a comment from Mark. It reminds me that sometimes I don't actually see all of your comments. So, whatever you're going through, Mark, may you feel held in that, held in this space also. All right, beloveds. Thank you. Thank you for being. Thank you for your light. Thank you for your presence. Thank you. How can we continue to cultivate the light we are? How can we create safe spaces for each other? Yes. If anyone would like to offer any final words of any kind, blessings, thoughts, feelings, I'll leave the chat open for just another minute or so and then we'll close. Ah, so grateful for you. Hmm. Thank you, Jen. I was just thinking of you and I was just wondering what has transformed for you from the beginning of our time together today until now. Yes, Rosita. Rosita shares, I hope one day soon the world sees the peace, and it must begin with us. Yes, we need to take actions. Yes, there are systemic things in place that need to be addressed. And the peace that we cultivate on a daily basis in our own beings, in our own minds, emotions, bodies, spirits, this is the beginning. Great. Okay. Whatever it is, let it move. Whatever comes, just let it move through. It's coming. It's coming. So rather than fighting it or resisting it, how can we let it move through us? And so many of you here identify with the word light worker, or you identify with this idea of being a pillar of light on the planet or being a healer. And although we are all tuned into this collective nature, many who think of themselves in that way are feeling things more deeply or more aware of what they're feeling, yes. Oh, I'm so glad, Maureen. Christina shared spaces like yours help because we become tender and our compassion will grow outward. Beautiful, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thank you for being. I look forward to our next time together. We'll be together next week for another soul food satsang session. Again, you can find that on my profile page here on the Insight Timer app. If you don't have the app, it's a free app and it's where the sessions are streamed from. And thank you for your donations. I'm so grateful. Thank you for your love. May we may we continue to remember. May we remember. Mm.